Redemption songs. Redemption.
Alright, Redemption song originally done by Rasta Bob Marley. Of course, a lot of messages in there, particularly for us as Nigeria and for the situation with Nigerians found itself right now. We need somebody, something to redeem the different problems around us. Welcome, it's still the Daybreak Show, Rock City 101.9 FM. Here in Abeokuta, the Monday morning first for the week, Citizens Forum. Dele Ayodo, it's my name.
And I am Tobi Joseph.
Alright, yes, recently, and of course for some time now, calls have increased from many quarters in Nigeria for government, for the President Buhari led administration to tinker with his cabinet, the one we call reshuffle or cabinet shake-up. Well, there could be some reasons for Nigerians to be convinced that there is need for government, for the president to move some people around. The most recent, really, some people will say, is about what happens, the effect of the occurrence as it had to do with the import. Remember, the noise and position in Nigerians' thought will come from that exportation of yam to different countries, and it was discovered that the first export to the United States became a problem as many of those yams exported were discovered to have problems, according to the language it said, they're fake or non-consumable yam. In fact, you may say taking the wrong thing for the wrong time. Anyway, before then, people have also questioned why one person will hold on to 3 cabinet portfolios. I remember those who are calling for restructuring and saying the South should also be compensated have said 2 of the positions held by BRM, Babatunde Raji Fashola, should be given to the South and Southeast, and let him just take care of one, which should be enough for him. And again, the Al Hassan Mama Taraba issue also confirmed or seems to lend credence to those who believe that the president needs to do something about cabinet for various reasons. Some have said for loyalty reasons, for incompetency, and of course, like the case of Fashola and the Southeast issue, for balancing the equation at whatever all this makes is pointing to one position that many Nigerians are not comfortable with the kind of cabinet the president has. And if you look at the results so far, we talk about economic recession, even though we'll be told we are coming out of that recession, yet those signs of moving out of recession are not there on the streets. And if you look at it after this budget, 2018 budget presented in 2017, that will be the final full budget to be operated by the Buhari administration. By next year, the budget will be operated, in quote now, by a different regime. So we just have one fiscal year for this administration. Is it not time then for the president to begin to look at those positions of Nigerians that this present cabinet needs to be tinkered with?
Well, it's a very valid point that some people have. If you look at the fact that Nigerians are really not, how will I put it, they are not unanimous in their assessment of the president, either for or against. It's neither here nor there for so many Nigerians. Has it performed beyond expectation? Has it performed through to expectation? Has it performed below expectation? When you throw this debate in different places where you find people discussing politics or discussing the state of affairs of Nigeria, you realize that Nigerians are sharply divided, and some of them believe that the only way forward is to inject fresh blood, fresh ideas, new ideas, technocrats as it were, or maybe career politicians who could help drive mobilization and of course support at different levels, either at the local, at the regional level, or at the national, or even at the state level. But you begin to wonder what has happened in times past. Former presidents who have actually held sway at the villa have not actually waited for more than 2 years to actually do something about their cabinet. Dele, I recall how many times former President Olusegun Obasanjo.
Since 1999, this is the longest.
This is the longest that a president has actually kept his cabinet intact, not even suspended one person. Said that of Babaji Lawal, the former secretary to the government of the Federation SGF, and Ambassador Oki, who actually emerged in a corruption scandal, as it were. But this is getting a bit out of hand, as some have alleged that there are some cabals, there are some power brokers that are even more powerful than the president, and these are the issues that are affecting some of this expected rejig or reshuffling of the cabinet. Like Dele pointed out, some people believe that for once a technocrat should have taken over that power ministry, so that we can actually focus on the power sector, so that could have some very positive rippling effects on the economy. But why has that not happened? Is the president even thinking about it at all? Because that is one major factor, and I just may be talking about it, but if the man at the helm of affairs is not even thinking along that direction, then you might as well forget or forgo such thing happening. Well, this is what we'll be looking at this morning on the show.
Yes,
do you have any expectations?
Yes, what are your expectations? What do you think? How do you think the government should inject fresh ideas, as mentioned by Tobi? And remember, Tobi also talked about the SS Babaji Lawal. He's a member of the cabinet we are talking about, and he's been suspended for over 6 months now, and nothing has been done to fully keep that space.
Even the Anambra Consultative Forum just a few days ago are telling the president that you need to act on the reports of the Oshibaju-led panel that have submitted that report long before he traveled for his last medical checkup in London.
However, Tobi, this is very important to let our listeners know that it is the prerogative, it is the sole responsibility and power of Mr. President to do so.
Yes.
If he consults, he's just doing it for the sake of what people will say politically, also that he won't be accused of the bet. It is his own responsibility to do so. So if he decides not to do so, there's no constitutional issue over it. But of course, as Nigerians, whatever decision that is taken up there affects us directly and indirectly. That's why it's also good for us to look at it from our own small sitting point here. As the program progresses, we'll get in touch with a former minister via telephone to get his own position, and the lawyer, all from Lagos. As soon as we are able to connect them, or as soon as their calls comes in, we will put them through. In the meantime, let's engage ourselves. That's what we are looking at this morning. The cabinet, with just one full fiscal year to go. Yes, is anything wrong in it being kept the way it is? 0809-8687-344 and 0909-146-9670 for those of you who prefer the telephones.
And you can also reach us via the short code 32120. Type rock, leave a space, type your message, include your name, and send to 32120. The social media platforms are also available on Twitter at RockCityFM is a Twitter handle. RockCityFM 101.9 is our Facebook fan page. Don't forget the rules. If you're calling, you have to turn down the volume of your radio set, give us your name, your location, and go straight to the point. Don't come up with claims you cannot substantiate. No frivolous allegations, petty comment, or divisive comments that could actually threaten the already fragile peaceful coexistence, unity of the nation, and of course that could threaten religious or go against religious tolerance in the country. Thank you very much as you comply. Who's on the line?
Good morning, Tobi.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dele.
Good morning.
Congratulations for them qualifying to go to Russia. We all go there. I'm sure Rock City will represent that movie.
I will be there.
From Russia.
Yes, I will be there.
I nominate you, Dele.
I will be there.
Thank you. Cabinet reshuffle, federal cabinet reshuffle. I've always asked myself this question, Dele. Do we want to reshuffle for reshuffling sake? So sure we'll get to our turn. Do we reshuffle because there is something we are seeing? Where are we getting our chapters from? People are complaining. People are complaining in Facebook and WhatsApp. Or is it an intellectual exercise? As you rightly said, Dele, Tobi, the president has his prerogative to reshuffle or not. We will judge him after 4 years. So what is our own? It's a continuum. I think we should leave them all this issue alone. When you appointed them, he didn't consult us. He never consulted us. So far with our own business. We wait. After 4 years, we will now ask him questions. Which if he cannot answer, we know what to do. But as it is now, leave the presidency alone. If they want to reshuffle, fine. If they want, they have not done anything wrong. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Dr. Nkon. Maybe another question just came up Tobi from Dr. Nkon's submission. Should we wait for the 4 years to mark a script, or we mark it along as the time tickles? Well, maybe let's look at that too. In addition, hello. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, morning.
Yeah, this is Dio Shikwade calling from Nigeria.
Thank you.
Yes, about the, this issue of reshuffling, just like, the last caller, Dr. Okon said, it is the prerogative of the president for him to reshuffle or not. Though sometimes, when some, ministers or members of his cabinet perform below expectations, of course, people will be yearning for reshufflement, change of guard. But then, it does not warrant, us, clamoring and forcing the president to, reshuffle at all costs. Just like what you said, after 4 years...
Sorry, can we have your opinion? Do you think it worth it? I've given us the positions.
There's no point in forcing the president to now say, yes, he should reshuffle at all costs. If he wants to reshuffle, it does. But if he doesn't, yes, that means he's satisfied with, people who are working with him. And I think the 4 years, we'll be able to ask questions and ask for the performance of his, government. As simple as that.
All right.
So, thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. I've given reason adduced by those who believe in that position, rightly or wrongly from your own position, but they equally have their right to hear their views. One, they've said the issue thrown up by the statement of position of Al Hassan, the Mama Taraba, confirms that there are people who are not loyal to the president, and because of this, those who are loyal should be the only qualified people to run the cabinet. The other one is also right from the one that the debate actually started. One person holding 3 positions. People of the Southeast and Southern have said, take 2 of those positions away from me and give it to us for balancing sake. At least there have been cries of restructuring and imbalance in the appointment. So if you do this, some people have just even believed that these are too big portfolio for one person to handle, which they also have their position. Then really true if you want to look at the events and the results coming from those people. So these are some of the reasons accused for those one. And of course, sheer incompetence as displayed by some of them is also some reasons why people have said, imagine upon all the noise and the hula baloo that came up from the exportation of some farm produce, particularly yam, and the first one done ended up in a mess. So these are reasons some people say, yes, these are genuine reasons from you to just move things, check things around, even though it's your powers to do so. So you don't have to condemn those positions. Just come out with your own reason why their position is inferior. That's the way I want you to go this one. Like I said, we are waiting calls from 2 different people in Lagos, a former minister and a lawyer. Hello. Morning. Morning. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
My stand on this issue is very straightforward. I know that
Can we have your name, sir?
Williams is my name, Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
So I know there are some ministers on South, and again, like the president has been quiet about reshuffling. You should just watch him. On the issue of RLD or what do you call it, Babatunde Badola, I don't know. Personally, my opinion is that he has performed well. But like you said in your opener, it is okay if they can take one or two away. It's not because somebody in the southeast or south is saying something. I thought we are always saying, let us work on merit. Let us work on merit. Because this southeast, northeast, not something has been bringing, has been eating up the politics. If we have to take the two out of the three, then let them do for the best. If it is south, five, no problem. If it is southeast that we have the two, no problem. Our opinion is that reshuffling is very unnecessary now.
Thank you. We move on. Continue to send those messages to the short code 32120. Hello. Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Dele.
Good morning.
Morning to you, my daughter.
Good morning.
My name is Mr. Dele. I'm coming from a church. Mr. Dele, it's very unfortunate. Most of our people are the corridor of power. They forget to promise the masses when they are going there. Look at what is happening in the oil sector. The man in charge, there was allegation on him that some money was misused, this and that. And Mr. President needs to set up a panel of inquiry to investigate that very man. These are the reasons why the people are shouting that they need to reshuffle. We don't need to wait for 4 years before we can give them mark of what they have done in the office. It's uncalled for. What are we talking about? When the minister was unable to perform credibly to the people that put them in place, every poor masses in this country, they cannot take 3 square meal in a day. Two is even not there. So they should look at the issue of this reshuffle or no reshuffle. Whether they reshuffle or not reshuffle, what they will do is what they going to do. But they should remember that we are all the child of God, and we will all arrive at the same premises one day. Thank you very much. God bless you, Mr. Dele.
All right, thank you. We'll pick this call and check out your messages after this call. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Johnson Olufatoki, calling from Abeokuta. The responsibility to hire and fire the ministers, Constitution of Nigeria bestowed it on the president. President is responsible to even appraise the performance. Nigerians, we can only make suggestions. So now, and the parameters of measuring whether any minister is performing or not are there. If no matter the effectiveness of our efficiency of any individual or minister, if the fund is not available for him to perform, if there is no facilities, if there's no equipment for him to perform, you can't say it's not performing. So it is the president that has this control, that has these information, and will be able to know whether those that he has appointed is performing or not. So the primary for change of cabinet is not that necessary, because we don't even know whether the ministers are satisfying the president. So that is the point. If we change many times the ministers, if we change them and there's no resources to available for them to perform, we will still be clamoring for change. So that's my point. God bless Nigeria. God bless everyone of us. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your contribution.
I am Pastor Shola Makinde calling from Owu Kingdom.
Thank you for
Yes, thank you so much. Now, you will please allow me to quickly share my thoughts on the business of President Buhari. First, for a man like BRF, that is Babatunde Raji, to still hold on to 3 key portfolios, for me, is nepotism of the highest order. They should take one and allow other regions to share the other 2. Secondly, majority of the present ministers are just not performing. Whether it is the prerogative of the president or not to reshuffle, from 2019, Nigerians will do the reshuffle by ourselves. Thank you so very much. God bless you. And God bless Rock City.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Yes, Daybreak Show, Citizens from Rock City, 101.9 FM.
All right, let's quickly take these messages. This one says it is not advisable for Mr. President to effect any reshuffle now, considering the composition of the Senate with his leadership. The affair of the Senate is the beginning of wisdom. Tayo from Uwu sent in that message. And we've got this tweet also. This particular tweet says, oh, okay, I guess we lost that one due to the network. All right, keep tweeting at Roxy FM is the Twitter handle, and 3210 is the short code number. Just type Rock ROCK, leave a space, type your message, include your name, and send to 32120. Let's go back to the calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, morning.
Good morning. My name is Ayodo Akala from Abuja.
Thank you.
My nigga.
Go on, you're on air, we can hear you. Let's get your contribution.
I don't really have a contribution, but I just want to call the attention of our state government to the damage road at Wasimi Road.
Sorry, we are not talking about roads infrastructure today. You can come up with that on Friday on the open day. I thought what you want to say, it's an emergency or elsewhere. So please, let's stick to the topic. Hello.
It says, my patience is running down on PMB. He has performed far below my expectation. I score him and his government just 10%. Yemi Da Vinci tweeted this. Nigeria has been long due for cabinet overhaul, not only reshuffle. A lot of people don't belong in the cabinet if we are serious. Okay, those are the tweets. Keep the tweets coming. And this message reads, the load on Babatunde Raji Fashola are just too enormous, and his portfolios need to be decentralized to other competent hands to harness effective performance, especially in the area of electricity. Cosmos from Goshen Estate sent in that. Ade from Itaoshi says, being in the country after a decade abroad, and I said nothing humanly improving about social and economic development, just suffering and smiling. Politicians are all in all. Okay, that is from Ade. This one says, okay, Tayo sent that one earlier. All right, keep the messages coming. 32120. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
This is calling from Africa.
Thank you.
My contribution this morning going on we Nigeria, we are so much disappointed in the PNB himself, because what people were expecting from him before is not what people are getting from him now. Because we expect he's coming here to work, not marginalize any tribe in this country. If you just look at it now, the SGMB is just trying to marginalize some tribes. If you look at the cabinet, Northern more than the other tribes.
Sorry, you are taking us away from the discuss point. Please. Can you, hello? Do you understand the topic? All right, okay. Let's take the last call for this segment and check out messages before we take the break for the news. Okay.
Okay, let's quickly run through the tweets. This one from Yemi Da Vinci says, aside from the workload of the Super Minister Fashola, we need to ask questions of individual ministers' contribution to our lives. At the end of 2019, okay, it is a slap on our intelligence as a people that the sport minister is still there with subpar utterances and performance. What has been the positive contribution of the Minister of Communication or Education? What has Fayemi been doing? That's Yemi Da Vinci tweeting all those. Professor Agbola AAA once again says at the end of 2019, PNB will be more disgraced than GJ on corruption and integrity. He has disappointed the electorate. Alright, keep tweeting at Roxy FM is the Twitter handle. 32120 is the shortcode number. All you have to do is to type rock, leave a space, type your message, include your name, and send to 32120. We take a breather now for the national news at 10. After that, we will come back, and of course, you will continue with your contributions. Stay tuned, we'll be back.
Alright, thank you for still being there, listening to us on Rock City 101.9 FM in the city of Africa. Yes, it's the Daybreak Show, the Monday edition. Citizens Forum. This morning we are looking at the presidential cabinet and performance. In quote, if that's what you want to say. Somebody has suggested that you cannot, or you should wait to the end of the class before you mark their script. And some have said no, we can't continue, we can't begin to mark it as we go. We just want full fiscal year for the administration. A lot of criticisms and agitations have gone on requesting that Mr. President change the cabinet, just move some people around, take some out and replace them, or just move them around. Well, a few examples have been given. One is the one they call the super minister in BRF, holding 3 key positions, particularly from the southeast. And the south have suggested that to placate the agitation, 2 of the portfolio may be taken away from Raji Pachola and used to placate the people of that region. Some have also pointed out to what they call the seeming disloyalty within the cabinet. Remember, from a very long time, the allegation and accusation of jackals and hyenas being in the cabinet have refused to disappear even as we go.
Or a government within the government.
A government within the government, yes, as we begin to go. And that grew to some people into the open when the president was away and we had an acting president. There were stories that files were being taken to London. Disrespecting the president. So, and when Al Hassan, Mama Taraba came out with that position, people say, yes, that's a confirmation of what we have been saying, that there are so many of them who are not committed to your ideals, and this government, you should therefore take them away. Outright incompetence has also been fingered at as one of the reasons why this government needs to tinker with those who are there. Of course, SSD, or the suspended SSD, is also a member of the cabinet we are talking about. He's been away on suspension for about 6 months, and nothing about his fate has been announced. All these put together appears to be a formidable position for critics to say PNB, even though it's within your powers, your constitutional right to do so, you are the only one who has the right to hire and fire. But this is the time to do something, even if you are not firing. You either hire or you move people around. And that's what we are looking at this morning. We are still expecting calls from 2 people outside the state. As soon as we get them, yes, we will let you listen to their own position.
Well, you can get through different methods and of course platforms on social media. You can reach us via Facebook page, Rock City FM 11.9. Our Twitter handle remains at Rock City FM. At Rock City FM, just tweet your contributions. And of course, our short code number is 32120. All you have to do is to type rock, R-O-C-K, leave a space, type your message, include your name, and send to 32120. Yemi Da Vinci. Okay, I think I read this earlier. What has been a positive contribution of the Minister of Communication or Education? What has Fayemi been doing? We took that earlier. Professor Agbola says those who are calling for the second term of PNB are all enemies of Nigeria. PNB plus APC have failed Nigerians. Where is the Messiah? PNB surely will cry again after 2019. He has been given a golden opportunity to turn around Nigeria, but couldn't perform. Too bad. I will not beg PNB either to reshuffle or shake up his cabinet. He will get his results after 2019. His examinations are on. Those are tweets from Professor Agbola AAA. At Koligab tweeted this: Super Minister without super strength is Babatu Raji Fashola. I can see that PNB does not trust its ministers. Uduoli Babaturi tweeted this: yes, It is the prerogative of the president to shuffle his cabinet, but I think the reshuffle is long overdue. Most of the ministers are not performing to the extent that Nigerians hardly know what they stand for. E.g., Minister for Education, Minister for Communication. I think President Buhari is now vindicating those that think his anti-corruption fight is selective. Let's know what's up on the SGF's case. If this magnitude of scandal could rock the Minister of Petroleum with President Buhari as the minister, I wonder what will happen in other ministries. God bless Rock City FM. God bless Ogun State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Those are tweets from Uduwale Babatunde. Thank you. Keep tweeting. Shortcut messages. So this one says, where is that angel that would come and do the magic? Is that person coming not a Nigerian? My God, Mr. Fashura Raja had at one time superintended on a bigger assignment, and Lagos State for that matter, than that of the ministries we are talking about, and he excelled. All bickerings about cabinet reshuffle are sentimental to me as one. Thank you. Okuntola from Adigbe sent in that one. This other one says, little the PMB know that time is not on his side and his scorecard is very low. Hence the need to get out of the slave chains of winning 2015 elections and shake up these cobwebs, that is loyalists, and replace them with ready-to-work technocrats or be ready to face the music come 2019. God bless Nigeria. Ima from Mobantoko sent in that. And this one says, Nigeria has never had it so bad. Hunger everywhere, real abject poverty, unemployment, impunity, unspeakable arrears of salaries and pensions, with governors and lawmakers behaving as if they don't have blood in their veins. Buhari may be transparent, but is able to check the excesses and arrogance of these people. 2019 general elections will determine our faith. Falaki Emi sent in that one. Alright, keep the messages coming. 32120 is the short code number. We'll go back to the calls now. Who's
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
How's life with you?
Great.
Yeah, congratulations, Nigeria won. Yes. On the way to Russia, I'm happy. I nearly had hypertension. Yes. The devil will know. I am tired of everything from Japan area. The devil will know. Is better than the devil. We don't know. Look at what happened 20 years ago. A government put us into mess. Serious corruption. They looted the treasury. They put this country in recession. And so on. Even, oh my God. Some many people are even saying they are scoring this government low. That Buhari is not doing anything. What have they said about the corrupt government? I mean, we must give this government a chance. He is coming back. Let him prepare himself very well. Thank God he has been given, God has given him good health. He is coming back in 2019 to reshape this nation, to repunish this nation, to bring this nation to, much desired level for our Eldorado, to the promised land. So let's wait. Stop, casting aspersion on this government. God bless Buhari. God give him good health. God bless Nigeria. God bless all of us. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Yes, we'll move on. Hello, morning. Yes, good morning. It's your turn to speak.
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Ayodo from Adokuta. Yeah, my contribution this morning, really I don't envy the president or any of the ministers. I honestly believe that the structure that they are operating on currently, even if they want to perform, makes it very wild and difficult for them to perform. Somebody made a comment earlier on that how much of the capital budget has gotten into the ministry. But I also want to add how much of the one that has gotten into the ministry has been well implemented and not drained away by other loopholes that have not been blocked by this government. We know they have tried a lot to block a lot of the loopholes, but we also know that not all the loopholes have been blocked. People are still bleeding this country. People are still bleeding this nation. Forget about all the noise about the corruption fight. A corrupt structure cannot succeed in fighting corruption. And it is too obvious that the president is so much like a lone ranger in trying to bring a structure that will oppose corruption in this country. So I think if the legislators are not with him, if the judiciary are not solidly with him, and if the bulk of the executive are not solidly with him, I'm sorry, we will not see any result. This is my contribution. Good morning.
Thank you for your contribution. Yes, your turn. Good morning.
Hello, Tobi. Good morning, sir. I'm Mr. Dele. Good morning.
Thank you.
This is Ikechukwu calling from Songo.
All right, thank you.
The shopping cabinet is overwhelmed you as far as I'm concerned. I am asking to act fast now. Thank you.
All right, that's his advice. Let's add your voice to this. And of course, 32120. Hello, morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir.
I'm Oladele calling from Abeokuta.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, the issue at stake this morning is very interesting. The performance of PMB government so far, more especially as regards to the need to reshuffle. Hello?
You are still on.
Yes, there is need to reshuffle. But where the reshuffle you start from, that is where I don't know. Is it from the president himself? Is it possible to reshuffle at that level? Because if the ministers are not performing, I think the buck stop on the president's table. That shows he hasn't gotten a policy kind of a thing that his government is pursuing. Let us see what he needs to do. As the Minister of Petroleum, we see his performance. The petrol price has been increased, and we are not seeing the effect. And there are other areas as well. The electricity, and look at NNPC. With what we are hearing now, I think it will.
All right, thank you.
Morning.
Yes, I'm Wahid. I'm calling from Abeokuta. See, and really, at times I'm worried. If some things are coming from some people, one will not be bothered. But if those things are coming from people you don't expect, I think one should be worried. Some people have said a whole lot of things today about President Buhari, or whatever. I think shouldn't come from them. I think they should know better. They should know more. They are enlightened. They are educated. They should know what is called power. They should know what is called the seat of authority. Some of us, we have held one position or the other. Even at our local level here, there are a lot of factors that contributed to the seat of power that we are talking about. When Buhari came on board, he came on a matter of integrity and anti-corruption crusade. And when he started, he said, I wanted to fight corruption. Where did he land? Buhari today, we had a whole lot of things. We had that traveled all over the country to campaign. Suddenly developed all sorts of sickness. And we had a whole lot of things. Let me tell you, Nigeria is a peculiar country. And we have a whole lot of issues. If some people are saying we want to do it good, we want to be better, we want to better the lot of this country, we have a whole lot of number of people that are sitting down somewhere and saying, oh, we want to do it good, we want to better the lot of country, we will not allow you to do that. We also need to put that into consideration. It is not easy in this country. So when Trump came on board, I always say he has inaugurated his cabinet. He almost formed his cabinet before he was inaugurated. But here in Nigeria, you have to wait. You have to
let us be fair to this administration. They also talk that the damage that they destroyed before the administration was inaugurated. But we are not putting that in consideration. It is not a magic. It is not, the man in question is not a magician. You need to take it easy. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you too.
My name is Big Daddy from Ayodo. Mr. Dele.
Yes, Big Daddy, go ahead.
Yeah, I choose your station. I was expecting something from you, something that is carrying on. Please, anytime from now, that monkey, whatever, please, you should tell us about it. That they say it's just like Ebola.
All right, that'll be tomorrow on Health-wise.
God bless you. I'm happy.
God bless you too. Go ahead with your contribution.
Hello, my dear. It is time to restructure what we are talking about. This is half time. The person full time that did not do for extra time will not do for him. Well, if it's really for nobody, for everybody.
I didn't get that. If full time could not do, is that what you said?
If full time did not do for any man, extra time will never do. Only use extra time to add more. So that is it.
Are you, Big Daddy?
Yes?
Are you saying this government is on extra time?
No, if they are waiting for next time before they correct their mistakes, they are going to make
But we've had several instances where you achieve it in extra time. Football, all the other things.
Yes.
Egypt yesterday scored the 95th minute in extra time.
And they
Sometimes
qualified.
it's only when you are 1-1 or 2-2. But if you are too down left,
Okay.
hello.
Yes.
So that is it. I want you to remember what one of the ministers said. If they are waiting for second time, that there is only man that doesn't know the book that normally is this class. So I don't want him to behave like that. They should achieve it now.
Okay. For sure, at least evidences before so that does not work out in government and maybe politics. You have to repeat and repeat. That's what confirms that you are a good student, Emeka, at least. Hello. Yes, good morning. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, morning.
Yes, good morning.
Hello, am I on Rock City?
Yes, you are.
Thank you very much. The name is Ayodo. I'm calling from Abukuta.
Thank you.
Okay.
See, the problem on hand. Hello?
We can hear you clearly.
Thank you very much. Now, see, the problem you have really is that of avarice and greed, excessive greed. Okay, let's look at this government. And some people are scoring in very low, but remember, let's take the case of petrol. We used to queue at the petrol station. You know a lot of fire incidents and so on. Since they came and they had the petrol price a little bit up, everybody is being careful. You go only places which are important. You just don't go anywhere anyhow. So please, let's have patience, and we, the masses, should continue talking. Honestly, I drove my heart for Rock City FM. Anywhere I go, I pray for your station, and all of you are watching there. Because you are doing what is right. Let's put them on their toes, and not just to totally condemn them. If they have not released their money capital, let's continue saying it, and they will release it. Let them work, please.
All right, thank you, Ade.
Anozie Nicholas says PNB, in the final analysis, will take the blame for the poor performance of his cabinet. As a tweet from Anozie Nicholas, Olakulenyi says it's Buhari's prerogative to reshuffle his cabinet. And let's wait for 2019 before judging him, and let's leave BRF alone. He's doing well. Okay, Yemi Da Vinci tweeted this: an incompetent leader will appoint incompetent ministers. Even if there's no money, what are the ministers doing policy-wise? We need people like Charles Soludo with homegrown economic sense as minister, not some foreign degree owners. We need a sports minister that can lead the charge in developing our other sports aside football and truly prioritize the NPFL. We need a new solid minerals extraction framework that prioritizes finished product export rather than raw materials. We need ministers who can take proactive initiative and drive developmental narrative that needs little money. Those are tweets from Yemi Da Vinci. All right, let's quickly go through the shortcode messages. This one says, hey, I feel so much for PMBO. Might be his health or he's a negatively reformed person. This is not Buhari that we knew. However, the buck stops on his table. May Allah help him. That's Kade from Randa. By 2019, Nigeria will tell this government if they have done well or not. Thanks. Chidi from Kuto sent in that one. Alright, keep the messages coming. 32120. Type rock ROCK, leave a space, type your message, include your name, and send to 32120. You can also reach us via the short code 32120, or you reach us on Twitter at RockCityFM, and of course our Facebook page, RockCityFM 101.9.
Yes, sir, and good morning.
Hello.
All right, when you have the radio switch off, you can call back. Thank
Good morning, Mr. Tobi.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is Olubenga, calling from the Dele and Abeokuta. As regards the reshufflement, I wholeheartedly support it. Some ministers are not performing. Though Mr. Raji Fashola is performing, the 3 posts given to him is very, very enormous. I could recollect when Alhaji Sarafa Tujisola was given a similar post during Nigerian prayer. These posts were recovered from him. So I really suggest that the reshufflement should take place. And moreover, it's not at the ministerial level that reshufflement should take place. It should also take place at the state level as well. Some commissioners are not performing. So that's my take this morning. God bless you. God bless Nigeria.
All right.
God bless you too. KPMB lacks the capacity to effectively manage the portfolio of Petroleum Ministry and the presidency at the same time, given the lapses and corruption being blown open in the recent times. If not, how on earth should the president not be aware in the ministry is superintends over the award of contract worth over $25 billion and how it was done. More so, he signed the contract papers as the minister in charge. Anyway, it is not surprising, but let them know that we are watching. Impunity and insubordination still persist in the government. This government needs to take a second look at its performance. Alhaji Busura AJ from Kuto sent in that message. Abdurrashid Okela says, I don't mind whatever anyone says to me. This government has changed a lot of things positively, though there are some lapses. For Gary to come down to 200 naira, for Boko Haram to be crushed, October 1st of IPOB is yet to come to reality, though our judges and senators have major problems. With prayers and patience, we will get there. God bless Nigeria, myself and Rock City. That's Abdurrashid Okela. This one says, another bold step I expect President Buhari to take is to relinquish his additional position of the Minister of Petroleum and give it to a technocrat from the oil-producing region. God bless Nigeria. Pastor Shola Makele from Owu Kingdom sent in that message. And this one says PMB and his team should do well to refute the trending claim that the NNPC scandal is not part of a wealth transfer to a region. Okay, let's
11 o'clock. We need to check the messages.
all right. This particular message came in from Surakat Abdulhamid Ayodo. As we all know, that cabinet reshuffle ensures better performance. The president should, as a matter of necessity, change those that are not performing as expected. Surakat sent that message via our Facebook page. And I think that wraps it up for us this morning on Citizens Forum. We appreciate every one of you, those who sent in shortcut messages, those who called, those who tweeted, and those who posted on our Facebook page. Thank you very much. Tomorrow is another day on the show. Stay with us. I am Tobi Joseph.
And I'm Dele Ayodo. I say God bless you all. God bless Nigeria. And God bless Rock City.